culture, for the culture, for the culture, 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 for the culture.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tamel Cuts, proud owner of Uppercuts Barber Shop.
What up, everybody? This is Lonnie Horn, proud owner of World Class Faders and World Class Stylist, Barber Shop, and Salon.
And you're watching another episode of For the Culture podcast, going down every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like that guy Rick would say, the clubhouse is officially open, Jack.
I just felt like it today. Ain't nobody on here. I could just do it. I could just do it. Happy Tuesday to my lady. Hey. First one in the clubhouse, trying to shut Tamel down. She's and my mama trying to. Y'all making Tamel jealous now.
Yeah. Damn it! It's in the clubhouse.
Happy Tuesday. And man, it's feeling really good. And happy Tuesday to my partner as well. T, it's good to see you, man.
Happy Tuesday, my brother from another mother.
Yes, sir. How are you feeling today?
I am feeling blessed. I could always complain about stuff, but what would that do? But I always look at life like it could be worse. So I'm feeling very blessed. I'm above ground. I got all my senses about me. Yeah, life is good as it can be at the moment.
That's what's up, man. Well, with that being said, man, I'm feeling good. Today was a very productive day. Very productive day. Ready for it to go ahead and be over. Not in a bad way. Just like, okay, we did that. Okay. All right. Come on, land the plane now. Come on and chill it out a little bit. So yeah, man. Happy Tuesday. We to the TDB versus family. Happy Tuesday to the anti-broke barbers family.
Yes.
Great brotherhood. And yeah, man, just really grateful to have y'all tune in and put us out there. Shout out to I Am Barbarism down in Compton, playing us on the screens. Really appreciate that, man. We're grateful. Very, very grateful.
Very grateful.
So with that being said, man, I'm a little nosy because I see some colors. You've been doing good with colors, man. I want you to talk about what you got on.
Trying.
Your apparel of the week.
Apparel of the week is brought by you by me. I'm rocking this De La Bay right here, man. This hat is that velvet. It feels so nice. It's well made. Quality is fantastic. I got several different versions of this hat. This one goes to these hot pink shoes I got. Yeah, real men wear pink. But on the chest, I got that, the Veal Barber Shop. It's got a big logo like this on the back. Shout out to my guy, the Veal Barber out there in Roseville, California. Throws some dope events. Got one coming up that we're part of in August. So just wanted to represent some of the people that I know and love.
That's fine. Definitely one of my favorite hats, man. Definitely one of my favorite hats. Me on the crown. I'm sporting the God-given, smooth, fresh, bald head. I mean, the crown is crowned up today. I needed to breathe. Man. And then on the chest, man, I got to move this mic a little bit because I'm very proud of Legendary Movement. This is actually a barber cousin of mine out of Ohio. Let me let you see real quick.
Hey.
Yeah, he got a dope line, man. Good, real nice quality material too. He got one of my favorite sleeveless shirts ever. But yeah, he's hustling, man. He kicked off his whole barber industry side of his career with us, man, coming out, being inspired by the United Barbers Club, flew out to BarberCon Dallas. Like just met me at a barbecue and I was like, I'm going, and came. And now I look online and I see this boy with people we know all around the country. I'd be like,
yeah, he was on Ray's podcast.
Yeah, he was on there, but I've seen him with a lot more people since then. I was like, my boy, he's moving. So yeah, if you wonder why we do this, people bless us with their clothing all the time, and we use our platform as a way to say thank you and show our gratitude rather than just throwing them in the closet. If you got too larges you won't sport it on here on Tuesday, please send it to the address below. And we would also like to ask you to subscribe, like this video, share it, let people know so we can keep growing this. And I got one more in the clubhouse. Baby is watching us from work. We are blessed. Can't ask for more than that.
Nah.
All right, man. Why don't you show them who we be rocking and rolling with so we can get rolling tonight?
I got you, brother.
The best barbers and shop owners know that aside from customer service, presentation is everything. I mean, look around. If you want to grow long term, you have to show up professional and legit. That's exactly why I started Focal Fuse, to help brands look like industry leaders without the extra BS. Focal Fuse has helped some of the biggest names in the barbering and beauty industry bring their brands and expos to life to feel 100% like them. And availability is limited, but if you know we have to work together, just send a message, we'll have a quick conversation, and I'll take care of the rest. Peace.
Barber's Illustrated Magazine, the #1 magazine built for the craft. Featuring the freshest cuts, top barbers, tool reviews, and real industry stories. Get the magazine your shop should have had yesterday. Print subscriptions just $9.99. Digital subscriptions only $3.99. Single print issues $12.99, and digital single issues $4.99. Tap in today and level up your barbershop game. Barber's Illustrated Magazine, join the movement. Welcome to the world of barbering.
Yes, welcome to the world of barbering. Y'all go get your subscription to the Barber's Illustrated Magazine. It's like $2.99 for digital print, $6.99 a month for the paper copy. It's good that I get mine delivered every month, and I'm just lining them up, and it's amazing to see all the people that's on the cover that I know. Man, and it's just tight, bro.
I was gonna say, just for the cover alone, it's just a dope. They all look like artwork. Yeah. They all look like artwork. Our guy, King with the crown on.
Marcus Harvey.
Marcus Harvey. One of the coolest ones. Brandy killed it. Hers is the coolest. Yeah. Even DJ Cut It. His was dope, man. Like, there's some cold covers, man. Man, what you do last weekend, homie?
I do know. All right,
serious too, yo.
Dude, I'll be forgetting as soon as I do stuff. So Saturday went to work, but after work I went to my neighbor's house. It was his 60th birthday. My neighborhood is so cool. I live in a cul-de-sac, and all of us know each other from over the years when people moved in, and I think we were like third of last to have our house built to move out here. My neighbor Craig turned 60, went over there. We was catered by Lucille's barbecue out of Roseville. It was nice, great, enjoyed that. And then Sunday, me and the wife drove up to Collins Lake and did some fishing. Fished for about 4 or 5 hours and came back and
did you catch anything?
I caught one bluegill, but we watched this guy on the bank, bro, just pulling out trout.
He was pulling out.
Hey, and I just tell y'all the type of fisherman I am. If I'm fishing anywhere near you and you catching fish, I will put my pole down, walk over there, and I will get as nosy as possible. I will ask you all kind of questions. Hey, dog, I see you, big dog. What's that? What you using? Oh, for real? Oh, What? Oh, okay. Can I see your rig? He showed me everything. He even gave me some stuff to take over to my pole. I rigged my pole up just like his. Got the same bait he had. I was casting. Wasn't catching nothing.
That bluegill.
Then he left, and I moved right into his
right
spot.
Where he was at.
Wasn't the spot. But we had fun anyway.
He gave you 90% of his secrets.
Yeah, right.
He gave you 90%. He was like,
That
that'll
one.
get him away. That'll get him away. Get back on.
Shoot,
Get back
fly,
over there.
Because I'm like that. I'll be nosy.
Oh man. But that was cool, man. Y'all went out and did y'all thing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, that was about it. Came home, chill, watched a movie. I
Y'all
started
did
to
like
watch a
4
movie.
days too, right?
Oh no, this was just we just went up for the day. That was last
okay.
weekend we did camp for 4th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, we camped.
Yeah, if y'all didn't know, T Mel is a camper, outside fisherman, outdoorsman.
I'm a black white guy.
Yeah, something like that.
White I go
Hey,
whitewater rafting, hiking, all kind of crazy stuff.
I enjoyed the weekend, man. Actually, I wish I could remember Saturday, but I know Sunday, me and my lady hopped on the motorcycle and rode out to the Bay Area, and it was really nice, man. Just to be free like that, you know what I mean? We stopped in multiple cities, did the Golden Gate Bridge, took pictures everywhere. Almost broke my camera because all the wind at the Golden Gate. If you ain't been to the Golden Gate Bridge, boy, oh my Lord, it could be 90 degrees on the ground. You get up there and it's just blizzard. It ain't even like a temperature. It's just blizzard. But it was beautiful. Man, ate some nice restaurants in Winters, California. Got legendary pizza. Shout out to Abe's Pizza, formerly Blondie's out there in Frisco. Over, I think, 40 years in the business. It's like a go-to pizza out there. It was hella good. But it was nice, man. Rode back, stopped in Vacaville for a quick minute, and just kept it moving, man. It was nice to do that. That was the first time I took this bike out of town like that. It was a cool ride. So I'll do it again. All right, man. What's coming up, though? I'm going to do this because we're getting closer and closer and closer. I will be with our guy, Rick the Barber, out at the Mississippi Elite Barber Summit, Barber and Beauty Summit. They're going to be, man, I just found out the lineup of education is going to be crazy for barbers, beauticians, everybody. There's not classes to choose from. They're just running a line of education. So you don't have to say, oh, should I catch this one or should I catch that one? Nah, it's just all back to back. And then they'll get into the Barber Expo part of it. But it's going to be pretty cool, man, to go and support our guy out there. And I'll be doing some educating and talking about our journeys through financial literacy and our mistakes and some of the things we learn, man, to help people in the barbering industry step it up and get ahead. So I'm excited, man. If you're in any of those surrounding states, make sure you're in the building. Go to Mississippi Elite State Barber and Beauty Summit.
Yeah. You living the life. I don't even want to say what I'm going to be doing because you living the dream.
What you doing, man?
Just going on a cruise, a 7-day cruise. And my wife's dragging me on a cruise.
Dragging you.
Kicking and screaming. Now it's my sister's 50th birthday, so the family planned the cruise. So I'm looking forward to it. My biggest thing I can't wait to do is play with a monkey and hold a sloth. That's like my biggest thing.
You did say you're getting pictures, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna vlog the whole thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That part I am jealous of. I really want to do that. I'm going to do that. I want to get around some nature like that.
Yes.
Have fun, man. How many days?
7.
Oh yeah, you really showing out. You showing out. All right, man. I'm ready to bring our guests in.
Me too. Oh, that ain't it. There you go. Bam.
All right, y'all. Tonight, we are joined by a barber who's built a brand that reaches far beyond the chair, man. He's an award-winning barber, content creator, podcast host, educator, and the co-owner of NYO Barbershop and NYO Media Group. We got the chance to meet this guy out at CT Expo and really liked his vibe. For me, I love the variety in barbering. I like to see the young barbers, the veteran barbers, the OG. I like to see all of it mixed. I like that gumbo mix. I don't like one of it. So it was nice to run into a mature, experienced barber who has a passion for this industry, man. Through consistency, storytelling, and social media, he's built a community of more than 40,000 followers while continuing to educate and inspire barbers around the world, man. You got to go look at this dude's guest list. His guest list is crazy. It's fun to watch. Please help us welcome the one and only, man, Jose Rivera, better known as the OG Barber.
Hey.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
There you go.
Good,
What's up
brother.
with you, sir?
Good.
Man, and first and foremost, man, anytime somebody's tuning in from out of California, we first want to thank you for your time, man, because we understand it is 10:15 where you at, and we run long days, man. So we appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you giving it to us.
No, I appreciate the invite. Like you said, we chopped it up real quick at CT, and I don't know, we vibe really good, and I think we got similar purpose. You know what I mean?
Amen, brother.
Yeah,
Amen.
man, no doubt. So, man, we're getting ready to have fun, jump into our conversation, get to carry that conversation on, man, and get to know each other more. So, we like to start off with why barbering?
Something I always like doing. Well, when I was younger, I really didn't have money for haircuts. I'm gonna be honest. Same story you guys probably heard 1,000 times, but I mean, it was the truth. I was getting haircuts from a guy named Alejandro in the basement. He was charging $20. One day I got some money for a haircut and said, you know what, I'm not going to get a haircut. I'm going to go and get myself a machine and start doing it myself. And ever since then, man, it's very therapeutic, even when I was young.
Oh, wow.
You know, but
Go
through
ahead.
time, you know, things change.
Yeah.
It got to be more interesting because you got to see a lot more things going on with barbering and yeah, just stuck with it. You know what I mean? Growing up in New York, and doing it for a little while in New York, it wasn't like the only thing I was doing, you know. And New York's very expensive. You know, I have kids, family, and so I always did other things, you know, plumbing, you name it. I probably worked it in New York. And to be honest with you, it probably wasn't until about, I want to say, almost 15 years now where I've done nothing else besides barbering.
Mm. So when did you get your license?
I want to say it was about 9 years ago. Yeah, 9
Wow.
years ago.
So you've been barbering for 15 years strictly, but 9 years ago you just got your license.
Yeah.
That's intriguing and interesting because you would think that you've been barbering for so long, having the name the OG Barber. Where did that name come from? Is it because just your age, and where did
I
that come?
would I would say mostly. Like I said, I've been cutting ever since I was, high school, but
Yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh, what's up, OG? OG this, OG that." And that wasn't the name that I originally had from the beginning. So kind of everybody gave me that name, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's dope. So, and
Yeah, that's cool,
how
man.
oh, is there a delay,
So,
L?
go, yeah, there is.
Okay,
I'm good. Go ahead.
okay. How was barber college for you? And what age were you when you started barber college?
I actually attempted barber school in New York, ABI,
Okay.
and like I said, I had a family, man. It was like something I had to do full time, and I still had to support a family.
Mm.
So I was fortunate enough that in the state of Pennsylvania, they accept apprentice programs.
Mm,
So through an apprenticeship, I was able to study, learn, and take my test and get my license.
got you. Wait on line. I think we have a small delay. Can you hear
There we
me?
go.
Are you good? You good, L?
Yeah,
All right, let's go.
I think
But yeah, that was
it
how
blanked out.
I
Well, I didn't hear the last question. Yes.
oh the last question he asked was how long was I in barber school or how long ago was barber school, and I told him I went and I did an apprenticeship program. That's how I was able to get my license. I attempted
Ah,
school over at ABI in New York,
got you.
but I had kids. I couldn't do that, full time. I think it was 1,250 hours you have to put in, so that's about almost a year of school straight up, full time.
Got
Yes,
you.
sir.
I went the apprenticeship route too, man.
Yeah, the apprentice. And I'm glad that I kind of did it that way, to be honest with you, because from what I've seen, because I've seen a lot of barbers come out of barber school, go into a barber shop, and this isn't to badmouth anybody or say anything bad, but sometimes they come out thinking that, okay, I'm gonna sit in the shop, make all this money, do the best cuts possible, or the best cuts on the planet, and it turns out that that's not the case. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
always got. I was fortunate enough that I learned in the shop. I learned what was right, what was wrong, customer service, how to deal with customers, and all types of customers.
Yeah. Being an OG myself in this industry, I've seen the transformation of barbering as far as when it comes to barber college and the students that are coming out. When we used to come out of, or some of us that came out of barber college, we had to learn from the advanced barbers in that school to help us to be able to cut good, to come out and at least produce a decent fade. There's kids now coming out of barber college that are competing in competitions actually while they're in barber college and winning trophies. What
Yes,
do you think is the difference in where we were then and where they are now?
YouTube. We're on it right now.
Yeah.
I feel that they have so much more access to learning materials than we did back then. Um, you're basically, I mean, not just that, tools, social media now. You can go on Instagram and they're going to show you how to do a skin fade in 60 seconds. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say? So I think it's the tools that they have at their fingertips. There's so much more information out there for them to learn from than what it was when I was going. You understand
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. What puzzles me about that too, because I agree with you, but let's say students also in just regular school has the internet but still are failing classes. A lot of people don't take the advantage of these tools that we have available for us, because if they did, we'll have a lot of great barbers out there that's doing it, but we still do have some that are, let's say, I have a couple in my shop, and I know a couple barbers in my area that are loan cutting barbers.
What do
They
you mean loan
they
cutting?
they take forever, like an hour, 2 hours. What would be an adequate amount of time for a haircut, in your opinion? And then for those that are taking so much time, what is it that they can do to get faster and produce a quality haircut?
But first, I want to say that we come from a generation where haircuts were not $40, $50 a haircut, right?
True.
So we were getting $12 a haircut, or at least I was back then, right? So in order for us to get to the $100 point, think about how many people we have to cut. So we got used to
Mm.
the fact that it was like, okay, we got to make this money, we got to work a little faster and find a way to do so. You know, so right now at this time where kids are not kids, teenagers,
Yeah.
whoever it is coming out of
Yeah.
barber school, they're flourishing because it's literally they're coming out of barber school and walk-in prices are 30, 40, $50 a haircut. So they
Yes.
can do two haircuts in an hour or maybe even one and still kind of make a decent amount of
Yes.
money. Um, Me, myself, adequately, I'd say if you can't do a good haircut in a half an hour after doing it for a while, then maybe that they might be you might want to speed it up a little bit. My opinion. Give yourself half an hour
Mm.
at $40 a haircut or $30 and but it's true what you said. I've seen an hour and a half, 2 hours on a haircut. But that goes back to a whole bunch of other things too. But maybe we'll touch that later on in the conversation. But
Yeah. I mean, if you want to bring it up, we can
That's
bring
a
it up.
trip,
We can
man.
talk
So,
about it. Yeah.
um,
it all goes back to social media.
Mm.
What people see on social media.
Yeah.
I own a shop and I've seen sometimes people come in with more cameras and ring lights than tools. You understand
Mm.
what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it because that's where this generation and everything is
Yes.
going. But there's a process to things, right? And I think that those processes, that process, the experience that certain people go through, certain barbers go through, I think that needs to be more explained so that way the new generation understands a little more. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Lon, are you caught up with
Yeah,
us? Because if
you yeah, I think I'm just on the delay. But you're you're full time right now, right?
Yes, full-time barber, um, full-time, full-time everything. Editing videos, podcasts, interviews. You know how it goes.
What's a day in your full time barbering, full time media, content creator? What does that look like?
Up at 7 o'clock, shower, get dressed, head out to the shop, make sure the shop opens up on time. There's somebody there.
Mm.
If I usually start my schedule at 10 a.m. So between 8 to 10 a.m. is on social media. I'll make a post, put up a post. I'll edit a video, make a video if I have to in the morning. I try to stay as consistent as possible to where at least once to twice a day I post, make a post. Then from there I start my day. My days if I have a full schedule, it's from 10 a.m. till 6, 10 a.m. to 7. I can hold about 13 to 14 appointments in a day. And then after that is usually 9 o'clock on Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and sometimes now even Thursdays. I've been doing podcasts. So I do live podcasts on Instagram. I usually do those about 9 o'clock. So if I get off of work at 7, it gives me enough time to run home, eat something, go back. I've been doing the live interviews at the barber shop, but now you guys can see I've been trying to mess with something like what you guys have going on because it's pretty dope.
yeah, yours is nice too.
So I can try to
Yeah,
set something
it's
up where I
clean.
can do it out of the house, and I don't have
Yeah,
to go back to the shop to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But that's pretty much the day. Lately, I'm getting back in the gym because I've been getting a lot tired. And to be honest with you,
Mm.
it's you kind of need that energy to keep up.
Yeah,
So I've been trying to do
Ain't
that
no
as well.
kinda.
yeah. Ain't
Ain't
no
no kinda,
kinda.
man. You ain't if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If your car ain't got no gas, it ain't rolling.
It's true.
Hey, that's cool to hear how that works for you. Uh, I really want to dive into what you just talked about, what you just mentioned about the energy, because I look at barbering like a physical sport. But before going there, I also wanted to ask you about your reason behind starting a podcast. When did you start it, and why did you feel there was a need to do that?
I wow, I want to say at least 5 years ago. If I go back, I'd have to go back on YouTube to see when the first video I posted. And it was literally me, CT Barber, who's been there since day one, by the way. Shout out to CT Barber.
Shout out to
Uh,
CT. I see him over there on Instagram.
we literally sitting in front of an iPhone talking, and it sounded like crap. The video, it was an iPhone, dude. We had no mics. I didn't know anything about it.
Mm,
Um, so we started it. One of the reasons why was I was always told, oh, but barbering don't make money. That's just a side hustle. But yet I'm meeting people like you guys, and I'm going to these shows, and I'm meeting people that have 5 kids. They bought a house, they're driving luxurious cars, buying homes, and I'm like, well, people don't really take barbering seriously. They don't really take it as a
Mhm.
profession. So I start talking to everybody, and I'm like, man, we gotta get these stories out so that way people really
mm.
understand that not everybody's the same. Because you know as well as I do that for a long time, barbers really had a bad name.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
know
big
now,
time.
now things are changing. Social media is changing that for the good and for the bad. And I think that these stories needed to get out. So we started picking different topics, talking about everything from money management, tutorials, educating. Started interviewing people, getting their stories, how they started, and everyone started having the same kind of story. They were told, well, why are you going to become a barber? Why is this? Why is that? And there's a lot of flourishing in this industry, and that was one of the main reasons why. As I started doing it, I started to see a need, and I want to say within the last year, there's a big need in the industry, right? Because now there's a lot of people doing podcasts, a lot of people doing interviews, and I started seeing the need to get to real conversations, real experiences, um, real personal things. And what I mean by that is, just the other day I did a podcast with Drastic Art Barbering,
Oh,
Man,
yes.
Yeah.
that was probably one of the
That's
best interviews that or was best sit downs that I had with him. I mean, this guy was talking about how the same year that he won the
Nah.
Naha, he had cancer,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he had
Mm.
just beat cancer, you know, won the Naha, and like these are stories that people don't know. It's not like he
Nope.
was out there talking about it. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
So I think that that was the need, right? I did an interview with Queen of the South,
Yeah.
another
Oh,
really
yeah.
good interview,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's talked about a lot of demons she had. And what I
Mm-hmm.
mean by
Really?
demons is, yeah, she started talking about a lot of demons she had while she was starting in the industry. And one thing she said that stuck with me is that she had a friend that passed away, but that always told her, like, look, you're great at this. You should, pursue it. Stop doing what you're doing. And she just wasn't in that mood. She wasn't with it. She was just
Yeah.
kind of like, you know what? No, I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Long
Mm.
story short, that person died without them speaking ever again.
Oh, man.
So that person motivated her. That not being able to say those last words to him, and that the last words were, "Oh, leave me alone," and
Yeah.
motivated her to pursue what she was doing. And look at where she's at now. She talked about how she was a braiding for commissary in prison
Mm.
to now braiding to pay mortgages. You understand what I'm trying to say?
That's
And
fire.
those are the conversations that I try to capture, and that's the need now in the industry.
Yeah. I agree with you 1,000%. Me and Lon have been doing that as well. It's kind of like when we go to schools to educate, we don't go do demos because everybody's coming to do demos. We talk about how to build a successful business, how to get good habits that's going to make you a six-figure barber or a very successful barber. And in our podcasting, we do have some fun, but then we've had guests that have broken down and cried and shared some of the most darkest parts of their lives, and we would love for more people to do that, because the way how we talked about social media, they see what we want them to see. And as long as we keep putting out all that screen over what's really behind the curtain, over what's really behind it, everybody's
Mm-hmm.
thinking is peaches and cream. But when you start shining light on those parts of your life, then they start understanding that I'm going through that too. I thought I just needed to be perfect, or I just thought, I can just do it
Yes.
like this. So it's good to have those people share those stories. Jay Major shared some. A lot of just about everybody we talk to bring out something that will definitely inspire and enlighten somebody to look deeper into themselves and see a piece of them in them. So I'm proud of you for doing that and commend you for carrying on that torch.
No, thank you, man. I mean, that's something that I mean, I've sat down with and I've sat down with barbers that are 17, 18, 19 years old, and their interpretation, their perspective of barbers is, I'm not going to say it's wrong, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, it's
everybody
not.
sees what they see, right?
Yeah,
Right.
But they only see what they want to, what they see, and
yeah,
I think that's a problem, because I've sat down with some of them, like, okay, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, in 5 years, I want to be educating, and I want to do this, and I want to work for this brand, and I want to work for that brand. And you're like, okay, well, that's great, man. How do you plan on getting there? Like,
mm,
what are you doing? Well, I come to these shows and I talk to people, and I show my firework, and I do a lot of reels and I do content, and I'm like, okay, but that's what they see,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You ask any of them if they sat down for a class or a seminar,
Mm,
they haven't.
interesting, interesting.
If you ask any of them if they know how to structure themselves business wise, and what I mean by that is, uh, even though you're a barber, let's say you're paying chair rent, you're an independent contractor, you have to, start an LLC, pay yourself through an LLC, show your money, right? Pay
Yeah,
taxes, do things like that. None of them they don't sit down for classes like that.
yeah,
And stuff like that. And these are the things that I'm like, man, we got to kind of let these kids know that it's not just about, okay, a flashy car, I'm up on stage educating, or I'm doing these reels that are getting thousands of people or a million likes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it. You understand what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Very well
Definitely.
said. Very well said. This, do you feel like it's the veteran barbers' responsibility to like to share that info to the younger barbers?
And I don't, it's not just the veterans, man. It's the ones that have the followers. It's the ones that get those likes and views. The ones that
Mm.
have the following to make that happen. It's one thing to show that, okay, you're winning awards, you're going to barber battles, you're winning trophies, but show the process, or even mentor somebody or talk to them, right? I used to do lots of competitions. I lost a hell of a lot more than I've won, and I'm one to say, you know what, I didn't post those losses. I only post the wins. So you're only going to see the wins. You're not going to see the losses, right? So, but I think that that's something, I've made that mistake too, where I show the wins. I don't show the losses.
What I see in the
It's
losses.
interesting that you say that.
Go ahead, Lon.
Sorry. Bazio Cut said vets don't do it. Vets don't do it either. He said the vets are not, managing finances or going to learn those
Yeah.
things and to educate themselves. So I
100%
like
right.
that you switched it to say not just the veterans, but the influencers. Period. I like that
Hmm.
you shifted that.
And my thing was when you said you didn't share the losses. What we like to say, or I like to say, is that when you go to compete, there's only 3 trophies. You can be 20 people in a competition. Only 3 people are going to win a trophy.
Hmm.
But I've heard stories of a loser going back home and somebody seen him competing and knew where he was from. That's Frank the Barber, matter of fact, that he was in Orlando. Somebody needed a cut and that person couldn't get to them, and they referred Frank because they seen his work in the competition, though Frank didn't place. And we tell people all the time is when you go to these things, yes, trophy would be nice. Content, get content while you're there, showing your clients that you're investing in yourselves. They like to see that. And then you're building a portfolio that other people, businesses, companies might want to come to you because they see your work. So you might not win the trophy, but you have other ways or avenues to be seen to be able to win in another way. So
And I mean, let's just keep it honest, right? Let's say you guys, for example, you have your own brand. Let's say you own Wall or Andis. And I'm not trying to put, there's nothing bad, right? But what kind of barbers do you want representing your brand?
I'm looking for barbers with numbers because it'll be more exposure for my
Hmm.
brand.
What else?
A barber that carry themselves professionally in
Very
a
good.
way. Yes.
So now you go to these shows, you go outside to get a breath of fresh air. What's the first thing you see,
You see weed smoking.
right?
Smell it, see it.
Man,
And you've
man.
seen a lot of barbers drinking. So when you're at these shows, and this is just something for you guys to realize and understand. You're talking to these people at these brands. You're talking to these people at these booths. They smell the alcohol. They smell
Yeah.
the marijuana.
Yeah.
Mm,
They
damn.
that's the first thing that they're gonna notice, right? So you want somebody professional. You give them your Instagram. They don't want to see you at a club with somebody. Let's be honest, twerking on you or doing anything like that. They want to see somebody professional.
Amen.
So let's just be honest. Not a lot of barbers, or we have bad habits. I've had bad habits. We all do, right? But there's a lot of barbers that publicly put that out there.
Yeah. Um, just to piggyback on that, as a business owner myself, if somebody's coming in to apply for a job at my place, first thing I'm doing is going through your Instagram. I'm looking for your work, and I'm also seeing if there's anything negative on there that I wouldn't want in my shop. So that's just ain't the brands. That's just business owners in general are going to do that.
And the other thing is, I think it. Now that you mentioned that, barbershop owners, right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to call references, man. I think a lot of shop owners don't do that.
Bro, no.
I think they just go by how that guy cuts, and if he's got his clientele and he can pay the chair rent, rock with it, right? But you know, do references, make
You
phone
have to.
calls. Where have you worked before? Speak with them.
Yeah.
I mean, by law, as a business owner or as a boss or an employee, you can't really say certain things, but you can kind of let somebody know, okay, well, it might have been before whatever reason. You know what I mean? But you can't say exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something is, what does that say? Yeah, what camera is Jose using daily?
Basio needs to know. Hey, but I complimented you when you first got on. I'm
Oh,
like,
thank you.
so tell him what camera you using, bruh.
First off, I want to say Basio, that's something that he's one that once I started looking into YouTube and learning stuff, that's one of the guys
Bruh,
right there, man. Him,
bruh,
Jeezy, but I learned a
bruh.
lot of stuff from him.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
with you.
and Basio, it isn't the camera, it's the lens.
It
Yeah,
is.
hey, yeah, he asked. He was like, "Man, what camera is he using?" I said, "A7." I already asked him because it's clean. What lens are you on?
Sigma 16 to 70, I believe. 16 to 70, 1.4.
Yeah, that thing is
That
nice.
boy, yeah, yeah, that just looks so clean. And I was, even though I had set up, reset. I was listening to you on IG and the reference thing. It's interesting that you said we should do that as shop owners. I started doing that, and
Yeah.
it just showed you how far behind we are in business ethics and
Hmm.
barbering as well, though, because
Yes.
most of us in barbering got a pass in the streets. A lot of us been just lived a totally different lifestyle before we came here. So I take that in consideration because you know I called two shop owners for barbers that were coming to my shop, and man, they was hot. It was like some gangster shit. Like they was hot. Like and so before we can even talk about the barber, I had to talk about the mindset behind calling. And I had to sell the whole idea to the barbershop owner, like, hey, this is what we should be doing. It's gonna make us all better. Um,
Yes.
and there's gonna be barbers that leave my shop that my shop wasn't a good fit for them.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
you don't want to keep somebody that's not a good fit for you anyway. But we can learn from each other if we have this conversation. So the first one, man, he was like, I could hear his arms folded on the phone. Y'all could hear it. He was like, he was like,
You
yeah.
get
I
it.
was like, yeah, this is yeah. I was like, yeah, this is Lonnie Horn, world class faders. But he's like, okay. He's like, okay. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm calling about so and so, man. I want to, talk to you about, her experience, your experience with her there. And okay. Like it was a lot of that. And then I said, hold on, man.
Mm.
I said, let's do something real quick. Let's talk about the reason why we're doing this right here. We don't steal barbers from each other or anything like that, but we can't keep a barber hostage either, though. If they leave, they're leaving. So let's do something that can help us both. You might learn something that helps you keep a barber longer next time, or you may
Yeah.
find out that there was something about that barber that wasn't a good fit anyway, and vice versa. So, man, I had two shop owners I experienced that with, and one of them, he liked the experience so much after I sold it to him. He was like, man, can I schedule some time with you, man, to just talk to you about your process of hiring? And I was like, that's what I wanted to hear right there. Not to say I got all the answers, but I'm like, I'll give you what I got. You might have some that I can use, but we need this to make barbering better as a whole. Every time you do a bad hire, a bad fire, a bad leadership move, you make us all look bad. Every time I do it, I'll make us all look bad. But every time we make a good move, it makes all of us look better. And so I've been pushing that, man.
No, that's dope. I do that, right? But I try to do Ivan Zoot. I was listening to an interview he had on how he used to do an owner's breakfast.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you guys heard that
Yeah.
interview, but he would take all the owners from all the shops in the area, sit down and do a breakfast once a month or once every 2 months, right? Discuss pricing, discuss different barbers, discuss heck, even customers that walked out without paying, right?
Mm.
And I felt like that was something that I was like, man, that's a great idea, you know? Problem is, not everybody's on board,
No.
right? And everyone sees as if you're trying to take over or try to do this or try to do that. I've learned that you can only push people or try to help people as much as they want to be helped. But
Yeah.
if everybody had that same thought process, okay, you know what? He has some insight. Let me ask him. And if you're willing to help a guy, man, like take that help and pay it forward. You know, that's just a message I want to say because I've dealt with a lot of that, where it's like, oh, people don't really know who I am or, know me, right? And think that, I'm whatever, stuck up, if you want to say, and things like that in my area. But once they get to know me, it's different. But they only, like I said, they only see or hear what they want to hear and think like as if I'm trying to take over things when I'm really just trying to unite people. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, indeed.
Definitely.
That's how we started the United Barbers Club. It started as the Sacramento Barbers Club, and we went around to the local barbers trying to, because we do toy drives and we give to women and children shelters and things, and just a couple of shops doing that. I thought, let's have a bigger impact. Let's build a whole coalition of barbers in Sacramento, and let's create that. And we did. Me and Lon walked the shops. First, when I was doing it by myself, they were looking like he coming in trying to steal my barbers.
Yeah.
And as I teamed up with Lon and started going around there, then we start showing up, they're like, "Oh, Sacramento Barbers Club is here. What's going on, guys?" And then we start throwing events and we just tried to bring them all together. Did hair jams to highlight and showcase some of the up and coming barbers, some of the dope barbers, and we built something that was unique that we'd never had. It was always about competition, and we started telling them that you're only in competition with yourself. If you focus on the guy down the street, then you're losing focus on what you got going on. So we have some that believed in that, and then you have some that don't. But you build your community and you push on with that. There's just gonna be some haters, and if you don't got none, you ain't really doing nothing. So we just keep pushing, man. We find people like you, people like Bazio, Nando, other people that we've built relationships with throughout this whole
Jeezy.
industry. Yeah, Jeezy, that we knew nothing about until we started just kept pushing through, and now we're adding more to our community. So they need more of us, and we need more of them. Those type of people, like-minded people, to keep pushing that agenda to work together.
And I think it's important. You do things in the community. If you're nobody in your community, how do you expect to expand, right?
And that's big. You said that because there's a lot of barbers, and I'm gonna say that here and
Yeah.
back to social media. There's a lot of barbers that are, and I have this question for you. Let me ask you this question first.
Hmm.
Do you see us posting more for clients or more for followers?
More for followers,
So
and more for attention from people that probably haven't will never look at your
yes,
stuff.
and that goes to when they're posting. They're in Sacramento, but they're posting L.A. Barber, New York Barber, and like, bro, you're in Sacramento. You got Rockland right by you, Roseville right by you, the Heights, North Highlands. Tag those areas so those people in those communities can come find you and support you. You can build your following that way, and you can get more money that way than to be reaching so far and wide that you're grasping at straws that ain't even existing. So,
Separate it, right?
separate.
And what I mean by that is have a barber page for your area so you can
Oh,
attract your clientele, do what it is, network, do all the events locally, right? Attract
yes,
local clientele
yes.
that way. And then make another page if you want to reach out to these brands or these other barbers in the other, in other areas. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got 3 pages. I got
I
the
know. I trolled them
yeah.
all.
So I got the barbershop page, I got the podcast
YO
page,
page,
and I
yeah,
got the barber page.
yeah.
Um, and if you look, the podcast page was just started recently. But yeah, like I said, keep everything separate. I think that if you want to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. Because you go to these shows, you're going to network with people, you're going to meet people from all over the United States, hell, even all over the world. But
Right.
try to, keep that separate. Keep
Yeah.
something local for the locals, and then use that other page for networking.
Question about you got over 40,000 followers, man.
Uh-huh.
When did you see that that climb started to happen? What was the shift you made that shot you up like that?
Hebs.
Wow.
And I give I give Lisi Lady Barber her credit.
Amen.
She started seeing something in me and pushed me, and I was like, you know what, let's go with it. And then all of a sudden, man, it was like artists, singers, people in the beauty industry, their followers. Like, it was just crazy to me, you know what I mean? But I mean, I've done it. I did a couple interviews with music artists. This one woman, her name is Susie. She has a record with Dave East, Fetty Wap, Jim Jones. And I didn't even know. I'm sitting down. I'm like, hey, she's got the little dog, a little cute girl. Hey, come sit down. Let's talk. And I was just like, oh, wow. And then we just kicked it. And then, oof, I started there. Gabrielle Zelina, she was another one. She, and Love Beauty. She has her brand in like CVS, Target,
Oh, nice.
Walmart. And then, just interviews, doing promotion. So yeah, it just started going crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Um, you know, I took a little break. I'm gonna be honest. Before that, I took a little break from going to these shows and bringing the podcast and doing the podcast.
It's a lot of work.
Well, yeah, I also had a lot of personal problems things that
Gotcha.
I was going through, demons and all types of
Mm.
stuff, right? But once my head was right and I was ready for it, Alisi, Monstro, I don't know if he's on here watching. CT pushed me a lot too. Biz the Barber, like these are the team, right? So they have lots of followers, it was all collabing, it was all kind of networking.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like a whole plan. And it started working out great, man. And going to these shows, sitting down with these people. Yeah, it was awesome. I would go to shows and people would go to these shows and they would say, I don't know how true it is, but they were like, look, I came here to sit down and talk to you. I'm like, word? All right,
Oh,
cool.
that's dope.
Come kick it, There was a Deborah Hammond. Maybe you guys might remember about 20 years ago, there was a show called The Shop on MTV.
Yep.
Yep.
She was at a show. I didn't even know it was her until I sat her down.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, and I was like, well, talk, before I sit them down, before we hit record, I'm like, okay, well, talk to me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Deborah Hammond. 20 years ago, I was on the MTV show, The Shop, and I'm like, I remember that show. And I was like, wow. And then we just started talking real quick because I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and the show, the barber shop is in Jamaica, Queens. And we were talking about shops that I was at. She knew the owner. She dude, it was just like reminiscing,
Right.
And then we
That's
just kicked
dope.
it, and that was that was a pretty cool too. But yeah, I've been very fortunate, man. Very fortunate that I've God has put these people in my path, really,
Amen.
because I have no other way to say it, man.
Yes. Now, I know we talked a little bit about the positivity and stuff that when you do your podcast, you're not one to point out the bad or the negative. You're trying to find the positivity to inspire somebody or drop some gems for somebody. Um, how is it for you to be out in this industry and grasping at things that probably bother you or irritate you in the industry? How do you grapple like not saying something about it?
Everybody's entitled to being themselves, right? Um, what before I sit down with anybody, first thing I say is I don't want anything negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nothing bad, no bad mouth. It's all positive stories, all these things. So right off the rip, I take control. And I say, okay, I'll start it off. I'll do my intro, sit down with people, and I'll talk to people about them. I'll ask my questions. That I can control, right? But some of the other things that you hear or that you see, it really isn't my business. That's the way I feel, right? Whatever you think about this brand or whatever that person thinks about you, It's really none of my business. If you want to share that with me, that's up to you. It's not my business to tell. It's not my business to spread rumors. Heck, it's not even my business to know what you think about me. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's your opinion. That's up to you, and that's the way I look at it. And I kind of stay away from the negativity. I've heard all types of stuff. I've seen all types of things, but I think it's very important for me to remain neutral and see it that way because I get that person I just sat down and I spoke with could have a problem with the next person I sit down in the chair with, and there should be no problems because I can care less what you think about this person or that person. You understand what I mean?
Oh, we know exactly what you
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Have you experienced any politics in the barber industry that it affected anything that you were trying to do?
No. Yes and no, but like I said, it really isn't my business. I've had people that, aside from, me sitting down with them and telling them, look, I have no negativity. We'll go and start talking about something else. And to be honest with you, I have control about with what I post, right?
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, I just won't post it.
yeah.
I'll take another clip or something and put it up that way. And I've had people say, you know what, can you send me the video? No, I cannot. That's not something you're paying for.
Hmm. Hmm.
I cannot send you the video.
Yeah,
Just honestly.
yeah. I like that. I like
Integrity.
that. Yeah, yeah. Go
Integrity.
ahead, man. Yes, yes.
And I
Yeah.
think that that's
And
something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we have sorry about the delay, man. You've been in this game for a while, man, and what you're touching on a little bit makes me curious about something. We see all the negativity in the industry. We didn't even know it exists, first and foremost. Me and Tamil, when we got into this, we was just so excited that these events were going on. We could go there. Ain't nobody shooting. Ain't nobody robbing from each other. It was just, for me, it was that simple. I'm like, this is fire that we could be in here and do this. And then even the fact that people are drinking and having a good time and there's no real drama was a big deal. But what's something that excites you about the barber culture today? Like with all that's going on, I know we got a lot of negativity, but what's something that's positive that excites you that you see in our culture right now?
I am going to say where education is going.
Talk
You
about it.
know, right now, are you all right? When I was first taking some classes and things like that, it was more about how to do fades, how to do a scissor cut. Now you have all these styles, you have all these designs, you got coloring, you have different techniques. Um, I like the creativity that's in the education nowadays. You know,
Gotcha.
not only that, you have a lot of these educators that are not just showing you how to cut hair. I sat down with Frank the Barber, and I'm gonna be posting his video because he's good too, man. What he said stuck with me. As an educator, he said that you have to kind of feel your students out. What it means by that is you go into an event. It's not like you have these students, you may not ever see them again, right? But you may have somebody there who's been cutting hair for 30 years. You may have somebody there who's been cutting hair for 6 months. So you got to kind of see where everybody's at. The guy that's been cutting hair for 30 years, you may not be able to teach him anything, right?
Mm.
But you may be able to show him a technique or show him something a little different than what he's used to. So you have to kind of feel those people out and things like that. And he also said that not to be selfish. And I see a lot of educators being more humble now. A lot of these barbers that you see on social media with all these followers, a lot more humble. Um, you know, they're not being selfish as opposed to, if you have someone paying for a class, they're not talking about themselves. They're showing you something, they're teaching you something. They're not saying, okay, I've been in the barbering industry for 30 years, I've won this award, I won that award. They're not talking about that. They're actually there to teach you. And I think that that's something that has changed also. They're a lot more humble. But the
Good
So,
education
answer.
is what I want to say has been elevating, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to all the educators, man. I've been proud of what I've been seeing with the education too. One common thing I've been seeing is they get on stage and they've been saying this a lot. They've been saying, "What I'm teaching you is not the only way, but this is just my way." And all of
Yes.
our friends who are educators, every time they get off the stage, I salute them to kind of just kind of encourage them to keep doing that, because it takes a lot of that. It takes a lot of that tension of this person is the god of it, out of it, and it lets them see the human in them, and then it gives them an opportunity to relate to them. So Frank the barber, he did our event a few months back out here in Sacramento, killed it. I love that he came with that approach. Marv, he came with that approach. Our homegirl Barber Doll recently in Orlando, same thing, man. And I've been seeing that similarity in educators, and I'm liking that shift also right there, man. It's definitely been a lot better quality education, if you ask me.
Yeah. And a lot more things too. Like I said, coloring, freestyle design, styling. I see you have play braids on here. You gotta, guys, if you haven't followed her page, you gotta get on her page and
Oh,
follow
we
her
getting
stuff
on
too.
it. I see you had her as you got her coming up, right?
Yeah, tomorrow
Okay.
night I
Yeah.
have her coming
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But she does some insane braids. And not just that, I think it's the culture that's barbering, beauty, the cross, not just crossover, but the mix, if you understand what I mean.
It's big now. It's coming together. It's
Yes.
merging more than it was being
Yeah.
so separate.
And I think that unity is what's changing the
Yes.
industry right now too.
Oh
You have
yes.
braiders out there learning how to cut hair. You
Yes.
got barbers learning how to braid,
Yes.
style, and I think that unity is very important for the industry.
Yes, indeed. Besides what's his name? You did your favorite interview that you mentioned, one to Naha. Why is it
Drastic art.
drastic? Who has been another very memorable in South Queen of the South? Who's been another memorable interview that you've done that impacted you in a good way?
Eh, I'm going to say there was one. It's Mueca the barber, Machado the barber. I interviewed both of them at the same time, and the reason I'm going to say that is because they're brothers, right? And they're both barbers, and they both really didn't get, they were kind of separated, right? And the death of their mother brought them together, and now they do everything together: shows, cut hair.
Oh, wow.
And I think that was one of the interviews that I was like, wow, I didn't know. I mean, they're on there crying, and I'm like watery. Um, but that one was probably one of the ones where I was like, wow. And I'd say between them and Jay Rodriguez. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Mr. Jay Rodriguez.
Sounds familiar.
No.
Okay. He said one story that was, so he went to go cut somebody's hair in the hospital that had Alzheimer's and was literally gonna pass, and giving them their last haircut. The person didn't trust him, was like, "Oh, you're not touching my hair," blah 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 blah. Long story short, he made that person feel comfortable. He was able to cut their hair. I think, I forgot exactly what he said, but it was like a day later that person passed. Turned out to be that person was his father or his grandmother or something like that. And he was just telling the story of how, because of he didn't remember who he was or anything like that, that he was still able to calm the person down and still be able to cut their hair and things like that. That was another dope story. I think that's on Instagram too, if you guys want to watch it. But here's another
Man,
good conversation,
I'm about to go back and binge watch your
Yeah.
episodes, man. Like, really
No,
binge
it's
watching them.
like I said, it's very fortunate that it's like, that connection. And I think that, I try not to make anybody talk about something they feel uncomfortable about, but
Yeah,
sometimes conversations go to where it is, and brings up emotions.
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. Where do you see your where you see yourself in 5 years with this, man?
To be honest, I don't see myself with this in 5 years. I see everybody else carrying on and doing what I'm doing. I see podcasts changing. I see brands now with podcasts. I see, I see a lot going on, and I'm not saying anything bad. This is all positive things. I see now that every brand at these shows are going to have a podcast. They're going to be doing interviews, and I really hope they change everything to positivity. You know, experience, not
Yeah,
just he said, she said, or you understand what I'm trying to say. And I think
Oh
yeah.
that
yeah.
that's where I see myself sitting back watching all these episodes is something that I can say I contributed a little bit to
Amen.
change.
That's
You know what
dope,
I mean?
man.
That's what I want.
I like that perspective, man. How do people get with you and follow you and get involved with you, man?
I've been messaging people.
Okay.
Um, I really don't. I have I'm starting to build a website now where people can. I'm not gonna even say apply, or anybody wants to, they can just shoot me a message. Um, but I'm starting to build a website now where they can watch all the content. It takes you to all the links. Um, and I just been messaging people that I think should be heard, and
Okay.
they
And
really don't
then
see those stories. And then if they answer back, we'll chop it up. If they don't, we don't. That's all.
and so for right now, until you release the website, they could go onto the OG Barber Instagram
Well,
to scroll down and see the episodes.
correct.
We got a
Um,
question from the clubhouse. Says there's a client for everybody, but what do you think are some universal truths most clients want from a barber?
okay, most clients from their barber. I am going to say honest opinion about a haircut.
Hmm.
As a barber, you should be able to know what looks right and what doesn't, You may have that customer that comes in and gets the same super high fade or whatever it is, right? At the point you say, man, I really wish that he would try this one day. Give your opinion. Say, look, you know what? I think that this may look good on you. Show him a picture. Um, that's what I think. That's something, that's the truth. Be honest with it. And give, your clients your perspective.
Yeah. I don't know if that question was just for Jose or for all of us, so I'm gonna give you my. I would say consistency. Consistency is key. You cut somebody one way and they come in looking to get that same cut, or at least being there consistently and being a consistent professional would be a truth that I would think clients would want from their barbers. Lon, you have anything? I might have took them all. Oh, Lon
Nope.
left. It's all good. Uh, Before we let you go, and just so you know, we gotta always have a part two and then a part three because we never get everything out in one short segment.
Yeah, of
But
course.
what is a hidden talent that Jose has that nobody knows
Oh, man.
about?
That has to do with barbering?
No, man, hidden talent, man, anything, bro.
Oh, man, I can't. Hidden talent is
You
what I
know you
do.
know what you do. What you
Like
do? You know you do
I
something
have
crazy. You do something. You
no,
probably you double jointed. You could
no,
He said
I
no.
really don't, man.
you can you're a good shower singer. You're a good
No, I like playing
radio.
pool. I'm okay at pool.
Okay,
That's about it.
okay. We'll
Yeah,
let you off the hook with that one.
yeah. I don't
Okay.
sing. I don't play instruments. Um,
Watch
yeah.
later tonight. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I should have told him I could do that." I know you got
That's.
Juggle.
something.
I'll tell.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys a message, and that way you guys can put this on the clip.
Yes, indeed. Is there anything that you got coming up or that you're a part of that we didn't get to cover that you'd like to tell the people about?
Oh, yeah, sure. August 16th, Reading, Pennsylvania, Clipper Madness. We are going to be doing the interviews, podcast. We're coming with the tent. They got barber competitions. They got education. They're gonna have vendors. Um, Show up, check out Clipper Madness on Instagram. It'll show you how to sign up for tickets, sign up for the competitions. That's something you guys don't want to miss. Also on the 23rd, I'll probably be heading to the Long Island Barber Expo. I think that's going to be kind of cool too. First time going to that one. I'm kind of super hyped about that. And aside from that, man, that's it. I'm going to keep doing what I do. If there's anything that you guys would like to, see specifically. The other thing I'm going to start to do too, I'm going to be doing tutorials, things like that. Educating
what
a little
exactly?
bit on all types of stuff, designs, haircuts.
Nice.
My perspective. I've watched a lot of tutorials, and there's a lot of things that I feel that I can bring and show a little differently. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Dope.
And yeah, that's about it, man, for now.
Smooth.
That's dope, man. It's been a pleasure to have you, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're willing to come back and hang with us sometime, man, where we could catch up on what's going on in all of our journeys.
Guys, this is awesome. I want to say thank you again. Also, so you guys know, between CT, Hebs, and everything, I probably have about 80 to 90, I'm going to be honest, interviews that I did. So for those who are watching, if I haven't gotten to you, I still got it. Listen, man, I got everything on the hard drive.
Hey.
Going through it. I edit everything. I do everything myself. Plus, I work full-time in the barbershop. Plus, I do this. So bear with me. We will be getting everything out.
I like that you mentioned that, because there's some potential podcasters out there that would like to do what we all do, and they don't know that there is a process that if you don't have a team to do this, you are the team. And that comes down to shooting and editing it. And that's a lot of time that you're sacrificing for your family and other things that you want to do in life to make these things happen, to make these clips come out. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you mentioned it. So how is it? Are you looking to build a team, or you just got a good format for yourself that it's working right now?
No, I mean, it's always good to have a team. I mean, I have CT Barber with me. He's I go to these shows. He helps me a lot. I was starting to show my son, things like that. And he may be interested, maybe he's not. I don't want to push him to do anything he doesn't like to do. But eventually, I'll get to that point. I feel that I'm not there. No one's just gonna come and work with you just to work with you,
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't see is that. One of the struggles is all the money you invest going to these shows, all the money you put in, all the time you lose that people don't see. All the times you put up money for a booth.
Yes.
Where you don't have a product to sell.
Yes.
So when you see a podcast in a booth, show them some love, man. Because, they're not there like, and I'm not going to, this is nothing bad. They're not there selling products. They're not there selling things. We're there, to make a difference.
Amen.
And we're coming out of pocket, and a lot of these booths are not given to us, So, show some love to them podcasts, man. For real.
Well said. Well said.
Great. All right, Jose. We do appreciate your time. And for everybody else, y'all should know that we do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is the For the Culture Podcast, United Barbers Club with NYO Podcast, the OG Barber all the way out of New York. You happy about the Knicks?
Thrilled. Ever since I was young, I was a real big Knicks fan. Starks. I remember when Patrick Ewing missed that layup. I'll never forget that. But yeah, yes, I was a real big Knicks fan. I stopped watching ball for a while, but yeah, it's been well deserved for them. Well deserved.
Right. Go Knicks, and we'll see everybody next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Stay blessed, brother. Appreciate you, and y'all have a good one.
Culture for the culture. For the culture. Culture. The culture. Culture. For the culture.